वैष्णव जन तो तेने कहिए जे पीड़ पर आए जाने रे.
We have got very, very distinguished senior parliamentarian, politician who has seen length and breadth of this country, who has struggled many centuries, and we have very distinguished speaker who has known Mr. Mandela personally. He met him 4 times, and he's the Secretary General of one of the largest communist parties in India, CPM, and he happens to be from my alma mater, JNU. I'm very proud of the fact introducing Mr. Sitaram Yechury, Member of Parliament. Please give him a big hand. I would request him to speak his experience with the great legendary Mandela ji. Mr. Yechury, we are very thankful to you. Being a Parliament tomorrow, he could manage to give some time. Once again, a welcome applause to Sitaram Yechury.
Thank you very much, Mr. Balakrishnan. We are all very knowledgeable about him and his work. And the distinguished members in the audience and my dear friends. It's indeed a wonderful occasion to have this Gandhi Mandela Foundation observing or celebrating Nelson Mandela's 103rd Madiba, as Nelson Mandela was formerly known in South Africa. That was his nickname. He came to India in 1990, soon after he was released. Very often all this is known history, so there's no need to repeat it. But what is missed out is Nelson Mandela's release comes at a time when the Soviet Union is collapsing. When the whole progressive world thought that the challenge to the evidence is gone and the question of domination over the third world and these countries will become stronger, you had the success of the anti-apartheid struggle in South Africa, the release of Nelson Mandela, and that was a big shot in the arm for the entire progressive movement in the world. And I think it only strengthened the democratic cultures and values since then. Well, as Mukeshji said, that I had the opportunity to meet him on 4 occasions, very fortunate. He was very young when I first met him when he came to India in 1990. He went to Calcutta he insisted on visiting Calcutta to President Venkataraman then. And that was because he said the largest number of indentured labour sent to South Africa came from Bengal in the world at that point of time. That is, Bengal included the Bengal presidency, which was also largely Bihar, and therefore we don't know which part they all went from. But the first conference that was held on the soil of Durban, on the soil of South Africa, Durban, was in July 91, after his release, where Madiba was elected as the president of the ANC. And it was at that occasion when a lot of exchanges took place, because Durban was also centre for Gandhi. And the general saying in South Africa is that India centres Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi. We return Mahatma Gandhi to you. So you are indebted to South Africa for the Mahatma. And well, that was a close connection and relationship. Nelson Mandela's own life and what all he narrated whenever we did meet subsequently twice. The last was he would attend the congresses of the Communist Party of South Africa without fail on every occasion. And those were the places where I was meeting him more often and discussing with him. It's a great pleasure because very rarely you have people of such qualities as Mahatma Gandhi or Nelson Mandela. And hence combining them together, I think, is only a natural thing that flows through. And the way he managed to reconcile the South African society post-apartheid, even when he was accusing de Klerk, the president then, of state-sponsored terrorism, but nevertheless maintained and controlled the armed wing of the ANC, the Umkhonto V. Sizwe, whose leader, Chris Hani, was assassinated at the time when we were there. He went through all these things, but managed to bring South Africa back to a sense of normalcy, which I think was one of the greatest achievements. In South Africa, he is known as Africa's Mahatma, and Mahatma Gandhi, as told you earlier, they claim to have made the Mahatma out of Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi and sent him to us. Well, that is the deep connection we have. So I'm very happy to be associated here on his birthday, which is an international day declared by the United Nations, and all of us to imbibe some values that they lived for, Gandhiji and Nelson Mandela, in a time with the growing xenophobia, racism, all sorts of divisive trends and tendencies which we are all witnessing all over the globe and in our country. This is the time to recollect the spirit and the vision of Mahatma Gandhi and Nelson Mandela. And I think it'll do us all and our future generations very good if we can imbibe the essence of life that they taught us. So thank you once again for giving me this opportunity.
वैष्णव जन तो तेने कहिए जे पीड़ पर आए जाने रे